Have you ever started worrying about something like an event that might happen, and as soon as it happens, you realize, wait a minute, why did I start worrying about that? Me too. So why do we worry? I mean, all it does is stress us out. It's pretty pointless, right? There's nothing good about worrying, and it's so bad for us. So why do we get worried? When we're stressed or nervous about something, worrying is just simply a natural reaction that we have. Typically, we don't think of the best possible outcome when we're worried. So, what are some things that we can do to help us not worry about stuff? Let's talk about it. Now, one thing that helps me get rid of some worry is by prioritizing things, focusing on what I can do now, what I can put off till a little bit later, and things like that. It's super important to find ways to balance everything. And of course, writing things out or typing it in a notes section on your phone can also really help to get those thoughts out there and get everything that you need to do just down on a piece of paper or on a phone note. Now, saying that, it's also very important to know that there is a pretty big difference between being worried about something and being concerned about it. However, if you become so concerned with the problem that you don't really start thinking about a solution to that problem, that's probably a good indicator that you're worried. And if you're worried about something that's happening in the future or might happen in the future, just remember that you can only take care of what happens today. However, we also need to remember that the future is basically made up of little time periods, including today. So it's important to make sure that we keep each day in mind and focused on each day as it happens. One other thing that could possibly help is talking with someone that you trust about your worries. Sometimes it really helps just to get everything out of your system. I don't know what it is, but it's weird. It seems like the less we try to focus on something, the more we focus on it. Sometimes it's probably just best to go ahead and face your worries head on. All right, now time for me to go practice what I preach. I am in an a cappella group for guys at my school, and we have a concert tonight, and I have a tiny little solo in there. So that's my source for worry. Oh, that's also another source. Now, I also haven't done one of these in a while, so I figured I might as well go ahead and bring it back. So, let's do this. Peter was doing something scientifically impossible. He was walking on water. Jesus was helping him every step of the way, and still, he had a human moment. You know, we give Peter a lot of stick sometimes for not trusting Jesus when he was stepping out of the boat, but really, when you think about it, we all have a bit of Peter in us. Peter's issue in that moment was he lost his focus. Not really that he lost his focus, it's just he changed what his focus was on. And I feel like whenever we start worrying, we start placing our focus on how big our problems are instead of remembering how big Jesus is. You see, Jesus' whole track record, his whole life revolves around doing the impossible and doing impossible things.
Think about it. Dr. Einstein, please explain the theory of relativity.
Put your hand on a hot stove for a minute, and it seems like an hour.
I agree.
Sit with a pretty girl for an hour, and it feels like a minute.
That's relativity.
So basically, whenever you're worried about something, just trust God and know that if you're in His will, He's going to help you. Philippians chapter 4 verse 6 basically says, don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. So whatever it is that you're worrying about today, just give it to God and trust Him that He's going to take care of you. He's got everything under control and He's going to make sure He gets everything done that He needs to get done. So yeah, basically just, just don't worry about it.